You got a protective style to keep your hair healthy, but somehow your hair is breaking, your scalp is irritated, and your ends look worse than before. So what's going wrong? The truth is, not all protective styles are protecting your hair. In this video, I'm breaking down the biggest mistakes that turn your protective style into a damaging one, and how to keep your hair thriving if you choose to protective style it. So let's go. What's up, curlies? If you are new here, I'm Kiki and I'll do all things curly hair tips, product reviews and styling. In today's video, we're going to discuss the topic of why your protective style isn't actually protecting your hair and what to do about it. The first and most important reason why your protective style isn't actually protecting your hair is because you are adding fake hair and you cannot therefore moisturize your own hair properly. Lack of moisture when it comes to natural hair contributes to so many negative effects, if I'm being honest. I think this is probably one of the worst things that we can do as natural hair girls is not properly moisturize our hair. It leads to breakage, it leads to tangles, and ultimately, we won't see any length retained if our hair is not properly moisturised and cared for. If you are adding hair into your protective styles, you cannot properly get the moisture, the water, the product into your hair as efficiently as you would if it was just your own hair. So that is mistake number one. The second thing that is preventing your protective style being actually protective is the fact that it's so high tension. A lot of us see breakage around our edges, around the nape of our neck, the middle of our hair, because of high tension styles. And sometimes we can't always control the tension that the stylist places on our hair during our appointments. Hairstylists often want to do the best job they can, and sometimes it involves using a lot of tension to get those cornrows back or to get those braids tight and snatched. And if I'm being honest, tension does not contribute to a healthy scalp and healthy hair. Another reason why your protective style isn't protecting is that you're leaving it in way too long. 3 months is too long, sis. You need to take those braids out by the time it gets to 6 weeks, if I'm being honest. And in between that, you probably need to wash your scalp as well, because I know that scalp is dirty by the point of 6 weeks, if not by the point of 4 weeks. So we need to not be leaving those protective styles and braids in for way too long. The fourth reason why your protective style isn't protecting is because prior to installing, you're getting your hair blasted with hot air, aka blow dried. Your hair can take heat. However, if you're someone who has already got a bit of damage, or you have high porosity hair, or your stylist doesn't use the correct heat protection tools or products for your hair prior to blow drying, you can get heat damage, and that's not protection. The last and final reason why your protective style isn't protecting is because when we get braids or cornrows or any added hair, there's always hot water involved, used to seal the ends and to just set the braids in place. Now, this hot water often is used at the ends, but I can speak from experience, it's not always at the ends. I've had times where the hot water has kind of like drifted up the braids and it's come a little bit too high, or the stylist has used a towel and she's pressed on my hair with the hot water. That's going into your hair. So our hair can only tolerate a certain degree of heat, and I'm pretty sure hot water goes above that. So what can we actually do to reduce the risk of damage during our protective styles? The first thing, and the easiest thing to do, is don't get hair added to your protective style if you don't need it. The best thing you can do is just let your hair breathe and get your own hair braided or cornrowed or twisted, or whatever you choose to do. Avoid the added hair. It contains synthetic bits and bobs in it. It's going to make your scalp itch like crazy. The amount of times my scalp has been on fire because of the synthetic hair, so I didn't wash it prior to. You want to avoid the synthetic hair. You're going to be able to moisturize your hair much better if it's just your own hair that you are dealing with. And if you must have added hair into your style, then I would recommend you soak the hair in apple cider vinegar the night before you install it to remove all of those chemicals. That is number one. And number two, you actually don't leave it in too long. So when you're getting it done, we're not stretching it to 2 months, 3 months, 4 months with our hair in a protective style. And if you are leaving it in for a few weeks, like, I know we're not going to sit there and get our hair braided for 10 hours to leave it in for like 2 weeks and take it out. We're going to leave it minimum a month. Then when it gets to that mark of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can wash your hair. Make sure you're washing your hair. At least you're washing your scalp during the protective style so we can get a little bit of moisture into our hair and just remove the buildup that is on our hair and scalp. The last thing you can do to really make sure your protective style is protected is communicate with your hairstylist. I know not all of us have a great relationship, or it can be a little bit awkward when we go into a salon and we don't know the stylist and you're kind of just making these demands about your hair and what you want doing, what you don't want doing. But at the end of the day, you're paying for the service. It's your hair. Stylists are not there to really maintain the integrity of your hair. They're there to do the style. So if you're going there, they're going to do what they need to do to get that to look the best it can be because you're paying for it. However, if you know that your hair, for example, prefers to be detangled a certain way, or you have a specific heat protectant product that you like to use, then take it with you and just communicate to the stylist. Same thing with tension. If it's too tight, communicate. Say you want it a bit looser. If they're using too much heat, you can ask them to turn the heat down. There are so many ways you can mitigate the effects of having a bad experience at the salon and risking the health of your hair at the end of the day, because it's not them who's got to deal with it, it's you. So if you don't want to communicate, then just be prepared to risk some damage to your hair when you go to those hair appointments. Hope you've enjoyed this video and the tips on how to protect your hair when it's in a protective style. Let me know any of your experiences with protective styling, whether you do it or you don't do it, and what really are the successes to keeping healthy hair when it is protected. And I will see you in the next one.